Hey everyone, we have Skylar's car here, and as you can see, the headlights have seen better days. We're gonna test 5 different hacks we've found online to see if they're worth your time or a waste of time. Stick along with us while we cover that. All right, so the first hack that we have here is taking aluminum foil, crumble it up a little bit, put some water on the headlight here, and you just take the tin foil and scrub it. Now, this does work well. I've used this on like a chrome exhaust on a motorcycle if it gets like some rust on it. This aluminum foil is like enough of abrasive to like take off rust and shine chrome and things like that really well. So it's not that this would be impossible for this to work. So there's at least some hope for this hack. So I'll wipe this down. It is removing a little bit of the oxidation on here. You wouldn't be able to do an entire headlight like this. I mean, it would take it to a certain level, but it wouldn't get it completely clear. So this might help you get to the thing you're looking for, but the best case this could possibly do is just leave you with an evenly fogged headlight that's lightly fogged, because this does have some abrasion to it, but it's not enough to really knock it down and make it ultra transparent that we're looking for. So I'm gonna say the aluminum foil hack, waste your time. The next hack we have is a dryer sheet. It's just to moisten this, and then you take that and rub that over this. I have really low hopes for this one, I'll be honest with you, because there's just not enough friction to be really wearing this down. But we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, that one did less than the tinfoil did. So, which is not super surprising because it's less abrasive than metal. But I would say it's safe to say the dryer sheet is also a waste of your time. The next hack, I've seen this one a lot. It's using toothpaste. Now we can try it on a brush, we'll try it on a cloth. This makes a little bit more sense because there's more abrasives in a toothpaste. It's meant to clean your teeth, obviously, with those abrasives. But I have a feeling that these abrasives just aren't quite abrasive enough for what we're looking to do here. So let's go through, scrub this in. Now that one, now we're getting somewhere. Now you gotta be careful with some of this stuff because it'll look a lot better when it's wet versus when it dries completely. So sometimes you just still have like some of the paste into the plastic that's making it look clear. It's almost kind of like when you have a scratch in a car, but you wet it, it just looks perfect. This is kind of the same situation. If it's not completely dry, it'll look good at first, but then you leave it there. But honestly, that abrasion worked better. We might have to try toothpaste on a polisher and see if we can use that as the, it's probably gonna be better at like a final finishing, whereas like that aluminum foil could knock down this heavy stuff better. It's kind of like when you use like sandpaper, if it's like 80 grit can do a lot of leveling out. That's more like the aluminum foil could do that. This would probably be more like a 600 grit or something. I mean, obviously less aggressive, but I'm trying to put it in the scale of sandpapers here. And then I would say like the lint or the dryer towel, that would be like a 3000 grit, like it's like barely anything. But obviously less aggressive than all of those grits I just mentioned, but as a comparison on a scale, no doubt about it, it did make a difference. So it's not impossible, but is it the best use of your time? I don't think so. I'm not convinced. There's better ways to be doing this. So on to the next hack. Now for a pretty polarizing one, the insect repellent with DEET, spraying that on. Probably seen some videos of this kind of stuff, so let's see how it works. So now let's wipe this off. It's been about a minute or two here to see if she's done anything for us. See, I think where people have seen these, they get the impression that it's working. is sometimes when it gets really, really oxidized, it'll almost look like it has like a brown tint to it. And what that's happening is when these things oxidize, you're making tiny little cracks in all of it. So those little cracks can hold dirt and things like that. When you wash your car, it comes off the paint pretty easily, but it's getting stuck in all those little tiny cracks. When you spray something like that on that has some strong chemicals in it, it can kind of penetrate those cracks and clean it out a little bit. So it does give you a little bit of a visual improvement of, hey, it does look cleaner than what it did. And no doubt about it, it definitely looks a little bit more transparent. But give this a couple days for that dirt to build back up into those cracks, and you're gonna have the exact same problem you had before. Temporary improvement, we can say, but I personally wouldn't say this one's worth your time, because you're just gonna have to come back, redo it, and you're gonna be spending all this money on insect repellents just to keep chasing your headlights when you could just fix it properly the first time and be done with it. So that's like 4 of like the viral hacks we've seen doing it. So if you can come in here, you can see there still has all this cracking on top of the headlight, and that's just gonna collect dirt over the next couple weeks and just gonna bring this right back to exactly where we were. So now I'm gonna show you a proven method that we know works for a fact, and it's gonna give you long-term results and make it look new again. Moving on over to the driver's side now, because I know this way works. We've done it. This is how professionals do it. It's sandpaper and wet sanding it. So we're gonna show you how to do that. We have 1500 grit, 2000 grit, and a 3000 grit sandpaper here. And if you really wanna do it fast, you can throw these on like a dual action polisher here. Now watch how fast this one works. So spray this down with some water. Now it's going to look worse before it looks better, so keep that in mind. It's going to look pretty foggy, but it's because we're taking down the deepest of scratches first. Now as you can see on here, all is milk, and that's just all broken down layers of plastic from these headlights. And we're going at it with 1500 grit sandpaper. Honestly, I wish I kind of had a much more aggressive one, because these cracks are deeper than I originally thought they were. So we're making small progress here, but considering they're much deeper than I thought, we're just going to go dry sanding it, which will be more aggressive than wet sanding it. I don't think this is getting it to the level I want. I'm gonna get a different sandpaper. All right, so 1500 grit wasn't quite doing it, so we're moving up to a 600 grit. That should make it a little bit faster work for us, because these things are deep. Yeah, that's more like it. And it's gonna look pretty cringy right now, because it's obviously making it worse right now, but it'll get better. So you imagine if it's taking us this long with this kind of stuff, sitting here with toothpaste doing it to mow down all this. I mean, if I took this to my teeth, it would mow down my teeth pretty fast. And this is still taking this pretty long. So while you could do it with like a toothpaste or the tin foil and stuff like that, you'd be taking a long time to do it. So let's see how good we can make these things look with the proper tools. All right, so now we've sanded this down to 600 grit, and the next one we have here with us is a 1500 grit. So we're gonna wet sand 1500, and each step we move up, it'll get more and more clear. So obviously it looks much worse right now, but as we go, it'll start to look a lot better. Now we're done with the 1500 grit. It's gonna move on to the 2000 grit next. And as you see, this is a little bit lighter. When we're done with the 2000 grit, it's gonna be even lighter. Then we got another step after that, and stick around for the last step, because it's the most important part, no matter if you're trying one of the hacks or one of these. If you don't do this, you might as well not do the job at all. So stick along with this. I'm gonna hammer this one out quick. Now 3000 grit. All right, so now we're moving on to polishing with a wool pad here. Now for the most important step of restoring your headlights, no matter which method you're using, you have to put a protective coating over top of these. The reason being, if not, well, these from factory have that coating over top, so it prevents the UV from damaging these headlights and breaking them down like how they are right now. Well, how that one is. So when we put the protective coating over that, it's gonna lock in all this plastic and not allow the sun to deteriorate it and bring it back. And it's not just like how long it took that. Like this is a 2016 vehicle for them to get to that point. I mean, we're talking 6 months. This headlight will be back to that one without that protective coating over it. So you'd want to use the most durable kind of coating you can so you're not having to go back over this. I mean, you could put a wax, but then you go back, put it over the next month. So we would suggest using the invisible glass ceramic that we would put on like a windshield. It would work great for this application as well. So normally we would suggest to use gloves here. I'm just going to be very careful because I have already used this bottle for a previous windshield, so I don't have everything in the kit at the moment. But normally this kit would come with gloves, applicator, vial, microfibers to wipe this all down with. But just going to go through and apply this over top of all the plastic. If you get a little bit on the paint, not a big deal. We can just wipe that off then. Just looking for really good coverage. Normally on glass, we tell you to do like a cross-hatching pattern just to make sure you don't miss anything. Not absolutely crucial, but if you want to do that just to make sure you get every last edge of this headlight. I'm just going to give that a second to cure so you kind of start to see this rainbowing effect going on here. That's how you know it's time to remove it. And as simple as just wiping it off. Now this headlight is all locked in, sealed in tight, so and protected from UV rays from the sun, so it won't degrade like it did over there in a short amount of time. It'll be protected for at least a year on this. There's really not the abrasion on the windshield sees, so you'll probably get much more out of a year than on this coating. So now that headlight is completely coated and covered. Now we say up to a year, and that's normally for the windshield because the wiper blades are working across it. But without having the abrasion of the wiper blades on these, you should get a lot longer than a year of protection out of that ceramic. So you don't have to worry about the UV rays from the sun degrading this headlight back to what this one looked like, which I don't know if you want to take a quick 50-50 and look at what we started with versus where we're at. Maybe I can turn on the headlights here. So you can see just how much clearer it is all through here. Still not perfect, to be completely honest with you. There's still some little spider cracking in there that were super deep, not quite worth chasing, versus all the oxidation that you had on the top of this one. This is the area we treated with some of those other hacks, and you can see after it's had time to dry, it's all blended back. You can't even tell where we treated the spots. So if you want to do it right, sandpaper's the way to go. Just a little bit of polish and then treating it afterwards. That's how you're going to get the best end result of getting your headlights restored. Thanks for joining us on this one. We'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, I think you might like this one too. Remember to like and subscribe.